Someone is trying to assassinate me and police involved. I thought we were supposed to be anime channels, bro. I thought we were just talking about anime. But no, this is how far things can get when you have the perfect storm for this situation. You have a content creator who doesn't understand how to hide their private information that's been on the internet doing content for such a long time since they were young that, again, their privacy is exposed. You have this person who engages in volatile rhetoric, whether or not you believe it or not, right? Whether or not you agree or not. The outcome is creating divisiveness and enemies that will target you back to such a hostile extent that people just straight up think he's a pedophile, right? They think that he's an incestual groomer pedophile. There's a lot of misinformation and fake, photoshopped, edited images and stuff like that spreading around. All because he is pro-lolly. This is how insane the world can get, especially with content creation. You've seen some of that in animes like Oshinoko or like even Needy Girl, right? Overdose. But that's supposed to be fiction. This is reality. And a lot of people can't separate fiction from reality. It's gotten to this point. He's got an update for us. I want to hear what's going on.
No, the video title is not a joke, everybody. There is actually threats against my life, and obviously I'm addressing this for a variety of reasons because it's quite a critical situation that does need to be talked about.
There is something funny, though, about people like Asmongold, or even like Tectone, or even like Chibi, that like, whenever there's like a real-life update, they go outside. Have you seen that? Right? Everything is usually just produced in their fucking studio, in their room. But like, anytime it's like some sort of update, they're like out in the wilderness, and something about the background setup adds like a different vibe that feels more authentic.
First off, I'm fine. I'm not in danger at the moment, but obviously anything can happen, and there is steps being taken to prevent that, which I will get into in just a moment.
Okay.
But first off, I want to address the actual threats. So I received a threatening letter recently.
A letter.
That came into my actual mail.
You fucked up bad. You fucked up aligning yourself with Von Dragon, Pedro Garcia, and Mr. Anime 343, all of which who were exposed for pedophilia. Ooh, you fucked up having CSEM on DeviantArt. You fucked up trying to take down my first video on you. What? Wait, another content creator is doing this? Someone made a video about him? You fucked up in playing a part in suspending my Zeno Konosuke account. I'll get it back, lol. You fucked up scamming your fan base. And you fucked up making an enemy out of me. Now I'm gonna make sure I strip everything away from you. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You never pull aggro on hostile NPCs. You go outside and you find like a crazy cracker in the street. You don't engage. You don't make eye contact. You move on with your fucking life. And I took down your Twitter once before, so doing it again isn't gonna be hard. But since you want to try to det for people who expose you, I'm aiming for your YouTube as well. You're a fucking pedophile, and you deserve all this, Jacob. Shouldn't made an enemy out of me. See, when I hear shit like this has nothing to do with whether or not Chibi's a pedophile or not. Again, the whole like accusations of pedophilia based on fictional content is fucking insane to me. There are a lot of arguments which I again do support regarding like, some sort of pipeline or the likelihood of people who consume this content becoming one, right? Or those that are into that kind of shit, into lolicon stuff. But to say that Chibi is just because of his outspokenness and, basically going against censorship of this content, this is basically a person who has created this villain, this demon in their head, right? The way that he's talking, I'm gonna strip everything away from you. Like, these are just fucking losers. These are genuinely mentally unwell losers that want to basically just end everything and take others with them.
box, and I will show a picture on the screen. You could see it for yourself. But there was a very deranged individual that just started going off, like mentally unstable, accusing me of stuff,
insane.
being just so many buzzwords, and eventually just straight up said that they were going to take everything away from me. They were going to take my YouTube from me. They were going to take basically my Twitter from me. And then in between the lines, if you look at it, it's a very veiled threat that they also potentially want to take my life. Obviously,
Would they want to based off of this letter? Come on, show me it. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't explicitly say it, but if this person had a button that says, if you press this button, Chibi dies, I think they would press it, yeah.
that they also potentially want to take my life. Obviously, the police and the authorities and stuff are taking the situation very seriously, because sending a threatening letter like that through the mail, from what they're telling me, is a crime. It is 100% a crime, and they are investigating everything about the situation. So I'm leaving them to do that. That is completely out of my hands, and I'm allowing them to handle that situation. But what they have told me, which gets into what my options are now, they have told me that because of the immediate threats, death threats, and everything that's been happening as of late, that I now qualify, and my family qualifies, for basically scrubbing our private information offline. And what this basically means is to kind of give a brief rundown. I'm probably not even going to properly explain this, but I want to do my best, okay? So work with me here.
Again, if you guys don't understand, like, that person could have just sent a tweet or sent a message or whatever, left a comment, but the fact that it's mailed, again, it's because his privacy is exposed, right? Everyone knows where he lives. They know where his dead brother's grave is. This whole recent round of the Chibi bullshit has been stirring up because of that, right? It was an AI image, I understand, right? But to threaten your dead brother's grave, to desecrate that and to make furniture out of it, and for people to then make this dishonest logical argument of, oh, you can't separate fiction from reality. Listen, anime characters aren't real. But Chibi's brother was a real person, and so is he. To make AI depictions of such thing and to present it in that way, I think it's totally valid to be that shocked. For example, let's use that same framework of thinking and apply it to actually lolly shit. If you used AI technology onto pictures of literal children and made that content out of it, even it is technically fictional because it's AI produced content of real stuff, I would still say that's fucked up. No, hell no. This is completely, fundamentally different from drawings of lollies. Like, what are we talking about here?
Basically, if you're someone that owns, like, let's say a property, let's say you own a house, you own a vehicle, whatever, technically you can look up that information because it is public information. Should it be public? No, it shouldn't. But there is basically ways for that to happen, and if you're a homeowner or something, people can find your address. And that's one of the big reasons.
Yeah, if your name is out there in public, there should be no fucking reason. People even call him Jacob, by the way. This is the fucking issue. People don't know how to fucking like protect themselves online, and it sounds like victim blaming, but you can't expect people to be rational, normal people online. They're fucking crazy schizos out there. All it takes is one person. So again, if you have the fucking full name, it's already done.
How like people get doxxed is because people look into their address and all that and figure out where they are because they look up public records. And so because of the immediate threats to my life, basically what the police are telling me is that I qualify for the complete scrubbing of the data, and that my private information, technically, which is in the public because of, it's on certain databases,
sure,
will be scrubbed and not be allowed to be viewed by the public.
That's pretty good, but more than that, I think he needs to get the fuck out of there, right? He needs to move. The more that he stays in this place, it's a ticking time bomb.
Will be entirely private. On top of that as well, they basically said that I need to also move.
Yes.
And so now I'm taking steps to basically try
Jesus
to
Christ,
move
thank
and
you.
be in a safer position to where there isn't immediate threats, not just to my life, but like others around me as well. And so this gets into the next big thing that I want to talk about. First off, I am very, very thankful for the overwhelming support that you guys have shown me since I made my video a few days ago titled I'm Done. I'm not gonna lie, when I uploaded that video and I went to take a nap and I woke up and I saw the support from not just like the comment section, but people on Twitter and then content creators live reacting to it, I laid back and I just started crying. Like, I wasn't just like, I wasn't crying tears of sadness. Okay, I wanna make sure I clarify that. I was crying tears of joy.
Okay.
To see just the amount of love. Like, anytime that I feel like I'm overwhelmed, like maybe I can't take another step, this is the end. These thoughts that bubble. I'm reminded of just how beautiful our community is. How beautiful you guys are. I don't know what I deserve.
Smart move, right? You want to do a little bit of a rallying cry, right? You want to make sure that your community is tight and will constantly go against, you know, the people that try to drag him down, right? So to glaze that shit. Again, it feels like you'll realize that the way that I do commentary, I'm not looking at this from some sort of like moral, ethical perspectives. Most of the times, it's just like, what is a smart thing to do? Right now is to fucking move and call out your supporters and say thank you and just keep rallying that momentum.
To get as much support and love as I do, but I know I am blessed and lucky for it. And I am very, 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 very thankful to all of you out there that has continuously shown support and love to me. As I said in my video that when I said I'm done, I made my channel to talk with you guys.
Anime, by the way.
Communicate with people, because I know in the content creation space, the proper procedure is to have a wall.
Yes.
A barrier between the community and yourself.
This doesn't mean you don't engage with them. It just means you don't tell them your fucking full name. You don't give them your address. You don't give, again, ammo to bad faith actors. You share enough, but nothing that is a literal fucking weapon for the bad faith actors.
I know that is the common thing, and most content creators will say to do that. That is probably the most common sense thing. But I am someone that's probably autistic.
Let's just be serious. This is not a socially well guy. It just feels like to me, you know, he's like a nerdy guy, socially inept, not really completely there all the time regarding social interactions and mannerisms and just thinking about other people. And he's too ignorant of the world. And he, again, started this shit too early, right? He was so young when he started the channel and he had no idea how to handle it or even think about how his brand, his safety, whatever, could spiral out. Because again, this shit was just talk about anime, bro. But at a certain point, things start to change. More right-leaning commentary and rhetoric regarding the current state of America, bringing in ICE agents and all that shit. Talking about, you know, trans people and how there's only two genders and all this divisive, you know, commentary. And again, if you believe in these things and you want to say it, go ahead. Say it all you want. But like, when you do that, you are putting such a big target on your back. And when you have your privates exposed like that, this is what happens. This is a literal case study on what not to do.
And I've always just been very open about my emotions, how I feel, how I view things. I'm very blunt about it, which has obviously gotten me into a lot of trouble. A lot.
And there is nothing wrong with being outspoken and saying what's on your mind. All the volatile rhetoric or just being open with your community, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's about, can people find your address?
And so because of that is why I think that I don't like to lie. Because one of the big things that even began this journey of why I'm here right now is because I wanted to talk about my true feelings, my thoughts, and everything about anime, manga, and my different forms of passions that I want to talk about on a daily basis. So not talking about that stuff and being open about it really, it makes me feel like I'm losing the point of why I began this journey to begin with.
Okay.
And so I always try to just keep it 100% transparent as best as I possibly can with all of you guys out there. So this next...
But it's not like... Don't you think like I'm outspoken? I think I'm probably more outspoken than many of the people that get in shit. It's just that the way that I handle business is totally different. Like other people speak their minds. There are many people that also engage in even more dangerous rhetoric, like fucking Asmongold or Hassan, for example, right? But there's a different way if you're gonna play that game, right? You gotta take care of yourself. He's not doing that, and it's too late. So again, move. Get the fuck out of there.
I'm just gonna keep it completely transparent. I want to be completely blunt. I don't want to sugarcoat it, and I know it's going to this will probably get people to give me side eyes, and it will definitely fuel people that want to see me hurt. This will give them joy that I'm about to talk about the few things I want to talk about. But I'm just going to say it, because obviously I don't like to just lie about this type of stuff. So, I obviously need to move. I need to get off this property. I need to move to be able to be fully protected. And not just me, but my family as well. Just to be able to distance from everything. And to be able to do that, obviously, it does...
We're going to need money. I feel another fundraiser incoming and drama happening from it. Yep. Oh boy. Another GoFundMe starting. He's already in shit for what happened last time. Trying to find lawyers and whatever. All these different fees that got eaten up from going after the fucking Twitter retards. And then he closed it without mentioning to other people. Which then got him in shit. Which then I made a fucking video and had to signal boost his ass for fucking comment and explain. Why did you close it? Privately, without letting people know what's going on, is because he was ashamed, right? His explanation, right? The good faith explanation is he was ashamed and he didn't want to let other people know that he was just giving up and things were getting expensive. So he closed the GoFundMe quietly, which again signals to others, if you don't make a statement, sounds like you just scammed them. It sounds like you just scammed them. And I told him straight up, you need to get the fuck out of there. Drop the fucking lawsuit. Like, genuinely. I'm gonna leak some DMs right now. Because this is serious. This is like not a joke. This is actually like insane. The last conversation I had with Chibi is here. Like again, literally trying to signal boost. You want to provide your explanation on the video where we cover up your logic of whether or not you're lying about the fucking fundraiser. Okay, so I just you do that, right? And you know what? Okay, great. Then after all that shit happened, right? Get the fuck out of there, bro. Get the fuck out of there. But like, is he gonna drop the lawsuit though, right? The first one we're talking about. Like, if he doesn't and he continues to hemorrhage money, this is fucking stupid.
Require a lot of time and money. Now, I'm not asking you guys to donate. If you don't want to donate, you do not have to. But I will have a link in the description for a Give, Send, Go, where you could donate as much as you want. Now, you don't have to donate. Do not feel obligated. But what that donations will go to be completely blunt, it's basically to go to paying bills, to move, be able to basically pay movers, different stuff like that, just to be able to be in a safe spot.
This is complicated because like he already has like a primary residence of wherever he is. You're gonna keep that? No, you're gonna sell it, right? You're gonna sell that before you move? You're gonna move and then sell it? What about the money that comes from that property once you sell it? I don't know. It's gonna again, right? If you don't like clearly state your intentions and receipts, people will take advantage of it and then misrepresent it and try to say that again. Another fundraiser, you're about to get scammed. That's what happens when you get caught up in baggage and you don't explain yourself thoroughly.
That's legitimately what it's about. And any form of donation does help with that. You don't have to feel obligated at all, but if you do, it would help out tremendously. I'm going to be honest with you, because nowadays in this economy, truthfully, moving and how like all sorts of bills and stuff are, and gas and everything, it is so overpriced and expensive.
Not even just moving, buying the fucking residence or renting that place. I don't want him to tell me that. It's better if he does. I hope he moves into a fucking apartment complex though, because that has more security, right? You go out and buy another fucking lot in the middle of nowhere, it gets you like isolated. People will find that address again. Imagine he does all this shit. Here's a fucking prediction. If he fucks up, like I could totally see a situation where nothing changes except he's in a different house. I swear to God, dude, like, please don't fuck this up.
And being able to basically get out of this type of situation, it's going to take a lot. And it will take a lot longer if I'm doing it by myself. But if you guys do, it would help out. But, once again, don't feel obligated. I'm just going to say. So, once again, as a reiteration, it would be basically going to paying bills, movers, getting a new place. That's what it is. And the faster I can do that, the faster I can finally have a peace of mind and just feel safer in general. So I will have a link to that in the description. Now moving on past that.
Wonder how much he's collected so far, actually. Hold up. Let's check this. Sorry, I'm gonna try to resize this. Already 40% of the way there. That's impressive. That's genuinely impressive. He's got a lot of good community members trying to support him. Now you can say that he's scamming them. That's up to you, but he's got the means to do so.
I never would have thought in my entire life that I would have a situation like I'm currently in. I didn't imagine, like, going back, like, if you were to tell me 3 to 4 years.
It's probably when all this shit happened. Like, I don't know when when did he stop just covering about fucking episode reviews about anime, but more about the culture surrounding it and this woke identity politics? Like, when did this shit happen?
I would be in a situation where I'm at right now. I wouldn't believe you. I would never believe that. I wouldn't. But here I am.
I mean, it was pretty obvious to anyone watching. Like, you're engaging in such dangerous rhetoric. Whether or not you want to be outspoken, right? You got to protect yourself. But you, of all people, to do that shit? Again, it's like, I keep giving this fucking example. You're entering a coliseum without any fucking armor or weapon, and you're surprised?
I really do love you guys. And I'm going to continue uploading videos every single day, as I always can, until the day I die. And hopefully I can get into a better place soon, and a safer place, to be able to not have, like, a worry of threats or anything like that. But I will leave it at that. Any bit helps, and I appreciate it. Anything. Thank you so much, everybody. And you have a very blessed day or night wherever you live. Chibi out.
Oh, that's the signature fucking outro. This is such an interesting situation. I keep talking about how Chibi is like a dumpster fire, like train wreck in motion that you can't look away from. A ticking time bomb. Cause like, time to time, every once in a while, shit just blows up in his face like that. And why? Nobody else really gets in shit like this, right? It's him. And this is not some random occurrence. Again, it's like the perfect combination of exposing your privacy and engaging in dangerous rhetoric that just blew up like it. And it's so sad to see, because I like grew up watching this guy's, like random reviews about, anime stuff. And now I'm literally covering him moving so that his life isn't in danger. Like, what are we doing? There's like a part of me that's like very upset at like the internet, but that's like a pointless thing to do, right? You are wasting your time getting mad at schizos on the internet. Like, the person that wrote this letter, do you think like this is a normal, decent, well-being person? A person was literally talking about how he's willing to end everything, right? I'm gonna take everything away from you. This is like some crazy like behavior of a person that wants to like die together in like a suicide pact. It's fucking insane. All based off of this false notion that he's a pedophile because of his outspokenness of censorship regarding lolly content. And there's so much, again, false information and photoshopped images and bad faith actors trying to represent him in a worse light. And it's like, he does himself no favors by constantly getting into shit and creating like more and more enemies. Like, if you want to see a textbook like example of what not to do as a content creator, this is it. Always make sure you're protected. Don't give away your name. You want fan mail? Get a fucking P.O. box, and even then, I don't know about that. People are insane online. All it takes is one person And this is such a tragic story that like I hope doesn't end soon. As in, I don't want him to die. But I do want the story to end, as in, like, I don't want the story to end soon means that I don't want him to die, but at the same time, I want this chapter to move fucking on so that he can just cover fucking anime and just talk about all the old shit that, like, what this channel was about. Like, this is fucking crazy. Please go check Chibi out. Link in the comments. See you next time.